Etheria Restart released June 5th officially. I am recording this on the 19th. It means it has been exactly 2 weeks since I've started playing the game, and I still don't know who this is. I'm on to you. No, but joking aside, I wanted to give a quick showcase of my account. I basically wanted to show you how far you can expect to get using only free-to-play units. What am I calling a free-to-play unit? Anything that's lower rarity or Leon. So Leon is a unit we get for free. And then pretty much every other unit in the game I'm counting as free to play for this kind of challenge run account. So how far did I make it in 2 weeks? I'm not a trailblazer, okay? This isn't HSR. I'm not beating everybody, but let's kind of first, before we take a look at actually the content I've completed, let's take a look at my actual account. So this is, let's talk about the elephant in the room, SSRs, okay? Yes, I've spent roughly $100 in the beta, and then I spent roughly about $30, maybe $40 since launch. So not like crazy spending at all. $100 in the beta I did right away, like the first day, and didn't even play just because I didn't know. You basically got the rebate back, right? So that's how much spending I have in this game. But yes, I have Doki Doki, Messiah, Lilith, Tiamat, Lily. It doesn't even show you that I have a dupe on Lily, right? Like I got a dupe on Lily. Bayotin, Ling Luo, I got a dupe on her. This guy, this girl, I don't even know their names because I don't use them. Clendence, I got a dupe on her. Freya, I don't think I have a dupe on Freya. I do not. And Rosa. So these are the characters I don't use. I did use Freya for the first roughly 3 to 4 days to help me clear content before I decided I wasn't going to use these kinds of units, and then I reset her. So that's because she doesn't have any experience. But this is something that's a little gross. I have a maxed out Hoyen. Is this Holden? This is Hoyen. I have a maxed out Hoyen. Why do I have a maxed out Hoyen? I literally was polling to get dupes on Gray. I got 0 copies of Gray, and I got 6 copies of Hoyen because he's on the rate up, right? He's a rate up purple unit. 0 copies. I maxed her out, and I think I got 6 copies of her in 80 polls. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. I think the pity was for maxing out a unit. Kind of crazy. So that is my SSR. As you can tell, I mean, it's a pretty stacked account in a lot of ways, but this is really where my investment goes, right? I got a level 50 to Ting, Chiaki, and then, you know, I'm trying to decide who I want to bring up to level 50 next. I did bring Gray up to 6-star because I just need more. Basically, 6-star right now is reserved for my damage dealers because certain things like dots and stuff, like I don't need Fangus to level up that much because his damage is kind of low unless he's doing dots, at which point he doesn't care about his stats that much. But yeah, you can take a look here. I'm still working on these characters. They haven't been, it's not that they haven't been useful in content. Victor, I ended up resetting because I had a bunch of purple in him. And I wanted those back because he's pretty good without any of it. And I want to use these characters, but it's a lot of characters to build, man. It's a lot, especially when you're trying to get them up to this level. So this is currently where my characters are sitting. I have used all these characters up until Chachi the guard here. Him and up I've used in content, and then here down I haven't used that much. I haven't used any of these in any content yet. Oboro, Chiaki, and Victor I did use in some content, but he got reset, so I haven't used them in a little while here. But these top 12 units are probably the ones that I've used by far the most. And as you can see here, he's getting pretty built, right? He's not done by any stretch, but like my top end characters that I'm investing a lot into for dealing damage, like they're getting pretty good. They've got some decent stats here. He could put out impressive numbers, but he is not like done, right? This is not staggering. So let's actually take a look at the content I've been clearing. So if we look at challenge, let's start with prowess material, right? These are all cleared. They're not all at 3 stars because I just, 3 stars is way harder when I'm not using a bunch of high damage units. Constant, I've only done up to Hell 2. I just haven't wanted to do this because I don't use that many light units, so it hasn't been that relevant for me. I did farm Hell. I have farmed this one for a while, but I just haven't really had to go to Hell 3. It was a little bit harder than I wanted it to be, so I kind of just skipped that one. The experience, right, that's done, easy peasy. So these are the 2 big ones, right? Now as for shell drops, I have 3-starred everything besides Whitney Nightmare, and that's just because I beat her once and I haven't gone back to her. I went straight to Nico Nana. But I haven't done any of the Inferno stages, but I have 3-starred held all of them. I would say I have like a 90 to 100% win rate, 80% win rate, 80% win rate, 70% win rate probably is where my team is currently sitting. So I'm still working on it. You know, there's a lot of little things you could work on. To min-max specific fights all require different things to be built, so it could be pretty tough. It's kind of a flow chart, you know. In order to min-max, in order to get this fight better, I need to get gear, but in order to get the better gear, I need to do Doki Doki. In order to get Doki Doki, I might need to do Nico Nana to get a different shell for a different character. So it you know, things kind of bleed into each other in a really positive way. But that's where I'm at here. As far as module drop, I am on Hell 3 Terramation. This is, I think I got this one down to maybe not 100%. It's either 100% or like 90%. This is pretty darn high. So I'm almost ready to push into Hell 4, but I think that's going to take a little bit more effort than I'm willing to put in right now, and it would make me forego doing other content. So I'm happy with Hell 3 right now. I farmed this a decent amount. I haven't done it in a day or two, but it is still pretty good. Now, Doki Doki Hell 3, this is currently what I'm working on. I could beat this, but I can only beat it reliably on manual. I don't have a team that's autoing this good enough yet. And so that's currently what I'm working on min-maxing, is getting my team up to snuff. Hell 2, no problem. Hell 2, very easy. But obviously Hell 3 is much more, you know, it's much better because you're able to get this really good stuff. So I am going to try to get this done. It's my current objective, but in order to get that, I'm working on shells and stuff. But I have cleared it. It wasn't that hard to clear, but it's hard to clear on auto, especially because if you're using things like Kraken and Obel, like they'll put their buffs on top of each other, and it won't actually give you more turns of like invulnerability. So you kind of got to get the speed timing just right for this fight. As for Aurora honestly has been kicking my ass. I've put very little time into actually min-maxing her to get this fight better. I know there's some really good stuff here, but for the most part, other than Fury, these are lower on my priority list until you get up to like the higher stuff, which I just don't think I mean, like Momentum is cool, but this is out of the bosses, this is the one that I care about by far the least, as you could tell. Also, my units that were good in the other two fights weren't particularly good here. Because she gives herself immunity really quick, and then she gives a shield that you have to heal through. You don't have to heal through, but you're doing less damage. So I don't have any good healers, and a lot of my stuff relies on debuffing the enemy. So I have been able to do okay, but nothing insane there. So that's where I'm at here. Right, Hell 3, Nightmare 3. And then when we go to the async echoes here, I'm only on Bjorn, and I'm pretty sure I can get further than this. Or it might be Borgnay, for all I know. I think I can get further than this. I know the best players in the world are only up to Victor right here, so I'm probably not getting that far. But I wouldn't be surprised if I actually can get through Kururu right now. Maybe a little further, but like I did this one like 2 days ago. I just did this one before recording. It was no problem. I didn't have any issues, so I probably can keep pushing through it. And I think I will, because I really want this lattice actually, which is probably why I'm gonna go through it. But not right. The Ember Trek, this one has been I might be able to get further. I remember this being a tough fight. I haven't done it in like a day, just because it's kind of time consuming, and I know the rewards are good, but a lot of like the big rewards are not rewards I care about, because they're like poles, which I don't really care about, and like lattices, which I just don't really care about. So this fight was pretty hard. I might be able to push further. But I'm not worried about it. I got 11 days on it. I'll probably do some more of it next week. Just keep grinding stuff for now and put my effort into min-maxing fights, and then I'll come back here, and usually you could just stomp through quite a few more levels. But yeah, I mean, I will try to clear this. I'll probably try to clear up through 36 before the time is over, and then I'll just kind of let this last segment go by the wayside, is kind of my current projections here. But yeah, so that's how far I am there. The Ethernet rally, I think again, this is another situation. I think I can get further. The issue is, I didn't have any units that were built that I could do. So now, like, because a lot of my teams were very synergistic, right? And I had I think almost no green units last time I did this, and the ones that I did were like defensive green units. But now I've got Ashu leveled up, I have Gray leveled up again, so I might be able to get through these kinds of fights again, especially with a little bit of help. So if you take a look here, some of my team is just like was obviously very stacked, and they could clear all this, right? So I cleared a lot of this, but then this segment was getting kind of stuck. So I actually think I will be able to clear through all of this before it resets in 6 days. So, but I got to put more effort into that. But let's actually take a look here. I have 94, you know, I'm coming along on these. Now, how far is, I don't check on these. I bet I could do like fully equip an SSR Animus with level 12 mythic modules. I could automatically do this. Bjorn, I already said I could probably go do that one. So a lot of these are probably stuck, like Doki Doki Nightmare 3, 10 or higher. Like I could do this, right? So I could actually progress these quite a bit further. I just have to do the thing they want me to do, like Doki Doki Hell 1 10 times, or like I just like I could always come through. I'll end up doing this stuff eventually anyway. And I did complete the arena realm. I haven't done arena in a couple days. It's getting harder out there. I'll be honest, but I mean it's still fun on the days that I do it. And as for achievements, which are here. 424 out of 604. So these are coming along pretty well. So, I mean, I'm making pretty good progress, I feel like, in my account. I am not done. I am not, you know, one of the fastest players in the game, anything like that. I mean, there's players that already have completed this, probably, I don't know, completed, and not quite completed this. So they're up to Victor in that, you know, done our Farming Inferno. Listen. Not everyone needs to be at that stage of the game. There's like a relatively hard ceiling, I feel like, in the game once you get to that point where the grind is going to take a long time. So you have time to catch up still. And I'm just having a good time. I'm doing basically, like I said, a challenge run here. You can take a look. Again, these are the units that I mostly use. By the way, not using Velerin earlier was the biggest mistake of my life. This unit has absolutely supercharged my account. Same with Dating. These guys made content so much easier to clear. You can see here, I can make another character 6-star, but this is not something I like to do lightly. I only have 2 6-stars. I guess Leon, so I have 3 6-stars. I'm actually thinking it might be Ashu, but it depends. I already have a green DPS. I have a dark DPS, so I might want a blue DPS, or like, you know, the blue DPS. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do here yet, but it is something that I'm thinking about. But yeah, that's where my account's at after 2 weeks. I've been playing pretty not consistently, but I played every day. I have played every day. I haven't taken every day super seriously, but I have been making steady progress every day for 2 weeks. Like if you look at my account 2 weeks ago, right? All I had was a level 1 Leon and a level 1 Gray, basically. And now here we are clearing Hell 3 on our way to Hell 4, hopefully Inferno in the next couple of weeks here. But yeah, my goal is to clear all the content using only purple and lower units. Sybil is also pretty good for dealing damage. She actually has 781 base attack. Like, look at other characters at this stage that have... She has more attack than tons of characters. She's actually kind of legit with her stats. So don't forget her as well. But yeah, guys, that's all for this one. Kind of wanted to give you an update where I'm at and kind of give you an idea of where a player with just free-to-play units can get, even though I'm not a free-to-play player. Sorry if that was implied. That's why I said I spent money in the beginning. Free-to-play units, not free-to-play player, so it's not 100%, you know, truthful, I guess, if that's the perspective. Anyway, much love. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye! On the rise, watch the views go up. Content king, never down, always showing up. Hitting milestones, the fame never lets up. Click that link.